The ER door slammed open with a rush of chaos. A man was wheeled in unconscious, pale, his pulse weak. Nurses scrambled, doctors barked orders, but the tension in the room was sharp and suffocating. Emily, a young nurse barely off her shift, stood frozen for a moment. "He's crashing!" A doctor shouted. "Blood type O negative, we need it now." The blood bank was out. The staff exchanged desperate looks. Emily didn't think twice. "I'm O negative," she blurted, stepping forward. The room stilled. The doctor's gaze pierced hers. "You're sure?" "Yes," she said, rolling up her sleeve before fear could stop her. "Hook me up." Minutes later, her blood was flowing into the man's veins. Emily watched the faintest trace of color return to his face, her own body growing weaker. She squeezed her eyes shut, whispering silently to herself, "Stay alive. Someone needs you." Hours later, in the quiet of recovery, she found herself checking on the patient. His eyes fluttered open, piercing gray eyes that locked onto hers. "You saved me," he croaked, voice raw. Emily smiled faintly. "Just doing my job." But it wasn't just her job. Nurses weren't supposed to donate on the spot. It was against policy, against protocol. Yet, something about that moment had told her it was the right thing to do. The next day, the hospital buzzed with whispers. "Do you know who he is?" a colleague whispered to Emily at the nurses' station. She shook her head. "That's Daniel Carter. CEO of Carter Industries. Billionaire. Widowed. Single dad." Emily froze, blinking in disbelief. She had nearly fainted giving blood for a stranger, and that stranger turned out to be someone the whole world seemed to know except her. Later that evening, as she pushed his chart into his room, Daniel was sitting up, dressed simply, no trace of the boardroom giant people spoke of, just a man recovering. By his side, a little girl with golden curls clutched his hand, her eyes red from crying. "This is Lily," Daniel said softly. "My daughter." The girl studied Emily for a long moment before whispering, "Daddy said, you gave him your blood. Does that mean, you're family now?" Emily's heart clenched, tears pricking her eyes. She crouched down, meeting the child's innocent gaze. "It means I cared enough to help. And sometimes, that's what family does." Lily slipped her tiny hand into Emily's. "Thank you for bringing my daddy back." Daniel's voice broke. "I don't have words, Emily. I lost my wife 2 years ago, and Lily only has me. If you hadn't He trailed off, swallowing hard. Emily shook her head. "Don't thank me. Just live. For her." Silence stretched between them, heavy with something unspoken. Gratitude. Connection. A strange, fragile bond that no amount of money or status could have bought. In that sterile hospital room, under the hum of fluorescent lights, a struggling nurse and a powerful CEO sat together, two lives forever altered by a moment of selflessness, and for the first time in a long while, Emily felt that maybe, just maybe, the struggles she carried had led her exactly where she was meant to be.